So today we're gonna be making what I'm calling a chicken scampi helper. Now I went into this wanting a chicken scampi, but I didn't have the noodles, and all I had was the macaroni noodles. So that's why I said it's giving me a hamburger helper vibe. So that's why I called it a chicken scampi helper. So let's get into it. So first off, I'm chopping up a yellow onion. The vegetables I'm gonna be using, which everything you know is usually in the ingredients at the description box at the bottom, but a yellow onion, a green pepper, and an orange pepper are the veggies of choice for this particular meal. Okay. Now, I kind of use what I had in the. This is kind of one of them we got food at home type of things. Because I like making one pot things. Because it could either be with rice or it could be with noodles. This is what I had in mind. Like, it's like a song. When I get something in mind I want to make, I got to do it ASAP. Like, while it's still on my brain. So green pepper, like I said, green pepper and orange pepper, those are the veggies of choice. I love a green pepper. Whenever I'm using a green or a red pepper, I like to balance it by using an orange or a yellow. You know what I'm saying? So I do like using red and green. Either way, I like color. I don't want everything to be all the same color, so I usually like to mix it up so it be two different colors. But you can't go wrong using every one of the peppers either. Like between the yellow, orange, red, and green, you can't go wrong. You can't. You can use all them, and it's gonna be so much flavor, and it's gonna be a colorful dish. And I love a good colorful dish. Okay, so now we're gonna get into. I'm using chicken thighs, just so we can go ahead and don't worry about that. I'm not using chicken breast. I chose to use chicken thighs. I personally, I don't know. Like I'm chicken thighs is becoming a little bit more top tier over chicken breast for me. Like I don't know what's up, but I love me some chicken thighs. Boneless chicken thighs, bone in. They so good, especially when you bake them. I love some good baked chicken thighs. Like I love dark meat. I don't know which one is better for you, but at this point, it don't even matter. It's chicken. It's chicken. It's not red meat, so I don't care. It's fine. It's fine. Cause chicken is the one thing that stays in my house. Like I will always have chicken in the house. Always need it. You know. So after you cut the chicken thighs up, we're gonna season it. I will have all the seasonings at the bottom, but I did use my roasted pepper seasoning. I used some black pepper, some Sazón, some poultry seasoning, some like a little bit of seasoned salt, a little bit of onion powder. Like I said, I will have them all at the bottom of everything that was used, so there's no confusion. And I even threw in right there a little bit of flour. Like I said, like I don't know, the spirit, my ancestors just moved through me, and I just let them do what they do. You feel what I'm saying? Like I let them do what they do. It's fine, cause I know it's gonna come out good no matter what I do. I just let them. I let my ancestors move through me, and I could cook with my eyes closed. It's not safe, but I could do it if I really wanted to. Because if you know your kitchen, you should have that down to a science. And how much I love food, I got it. I don't it's not much effort. It is a lot. It's effort, of course, because I put all my all into every meal every dish that I do. Because I end up cooking every day because I like to switch it up. I don't like to have the same thing every day, which that brings me more leftovers. But that's why I got people at work. It's always somebody hungry. I'm always giving away food. So once I cooked, I got a little oil in the skillet, a little grapeseed oil in the skillet, and just cook the chicken. This is how I look. I like a little crisp on my chicken, a little burn to it, a little color. It look good. It tastes good. It look good, and it's just good. So then after you cook the chicken, take that out the skillet, and then put the veggies in the same pot, because everything is gonna be one anyway. And like I said, this is a chicken scampi, so we need all that at the bottom of that skillet, all that flavor at the bottom. Yeah, get the scrape that up, because you're gonna use that. That's gonna give you flavor right there, because it's seasoned. It's got the chicken. You see. So like I said, we going into this. I was going into it making a chicken scampi and having a taste for a chicken scampi, but not having the noodles. And I tweaked it a little bit. You'll see. It's like a on a budget chicken scampi because the Chardonnay that I bought for it wasn't even that expensive. It was on sale for like $5. I ain't even gonna hold you. So then I added a little bit of butter once the veggies were cooked. Added a little bit of butter, like maybe like a tablespoon of butter, and maybe or two. That's on you. A tablespoon or two of butter, and I added in some minced garlic, because of course with the when you're making the scampi part of this, you need the flavor. You need the lemon, you need the Chardonnay, you need the garlic. So here I'm going in with the lemon juice, freshly squeezed, fresh squeezed. Squeezed? Is that a word? Squeezed with an ED? It just don't sound right. I know squoze ain't no word, but squeezed don't sound right. I used the lemon and got the juices out of the lemon. How about that? That sounds a little better. So now we just kind of making the sauce. Because the macaroni noodles, you should already have that boiling. You know what I'm saying? Go and boil your macaroni noodles because you're going to need them. Okay? You can do it right now because it ain't going to take a little minute to make the sauce, but you got time to boil the noodles if you ain't did it yet. Just go ahead and boil your macaroni noodles, the elbow joints. That's what I'm using. And now right now, I'm on like a medium heat and I'm just getting the sauce ready. So all I did was add the lemon juice right there and I just stirred it up a little bit. Right now I'm adding the red pepper flakes because like I said, we still making it scampi-like, but with a twist, you know. So then after I added that in, I added like just a dash, literally just a dash of heavy cream. Not a whole lot because I don't want this to be a heavy pasta because it technically still is a pasta. Either way, heavy cream makes it heavy. I don't want that. That's not what I want. So then once the heavy cream was mixed in, I added back in the chicken, that cooked chicken that we did earlier, added that back in. And it was smelling so good. Like that lemon alone, it just, once you add the Chardonnay, the flavor's gonna really start flavoring. It's craziness, like really. And now we're adding the noodles back in. So you're adding everything one at a time. One at a time. You're adding it in. Add it in and mix well. I have not added in no Chardonnay yet. I'm just kind of, maybe I did. I'm sorry. I wasn't even looking at the screen. But I'm using Chardonnay too. So I didn't add too much of that because it's still wine. You can add as much as you want to, really, though. When it comes to that Chardonnay, add as much as you want. Just enough to make a sauce. I just didn't want it to dry out, so I did end up adding some more Chardonnay sauce to it after I added my cheeses. Because I added in like what I have. I had a cheddar, a Colby Jack cheese, and a little bit of a cheddar cheese that I added in there to give it like a nice cheesiness factor. And at this point, you just tasting, adding seasonings if needed, adding some, taking some away. This is your moment. You testing this. You tasting this as you keep mixing it. Tasting as you keep mixing. Whatever you need to add it. If it don't taste right, fix it. Because it needs to taste right before you serve it to somebody else. If it don't taste right to you, ain't nobody else gonna eat it. Or they might, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So after I had it to where I wanted it to be, I added in my fresh parsley also. Fresh parsley. And like I said, you see it's creamy. It's like really creamy because, the cheese adds a creaminess factor. So like I said, if you need to add some more heavy cream, if you want to add in a little bit of chicken broth, because I did add like a little bit of chicken broth in too. Like I was adding in chicken broth and Chardonnay. Those are the only two I used because I didn't want to add no heavy. I didn't want this to be no heavy pasta, so I didn't add no heavy cream because I didn't want all that. So like I said, just season as you go. Add more liquids. Do what you got to do. Okay? Just make sure it tastes right. That's what really matters. Make sure it's not dry and it tastes right. And when you're done, it's going to look like this. This was so good. Y'all try my chicken, I was gonna call it shrimp, chicken scampi helper. You will not regret it. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be back, okay? Love you.